Well, howdy there, Internet people. It's Belle again. So today, we're going to talk about part of Special Counsel Jack Smith's report being released, and the letter Smith wrote accompanying it. The more than 130-page volume is now available to the public. There will be a link down below. It came out after the court's order blocking its release expired at midnight. As I read through it, most of it is stuff covered during the January 6th hearings, though the report is a bit more detailed. This volume specifically covers Trump's efforts after the election and does not cover the classified material case. To me, the most interesting parts are the sections outlining the alleged activity. It's divided into sections titled Mr. Trump's Pressure on State Officials, Mr. Trump's Fraudulent Elector Plan, Mr. Trump's Misuse of Official Power through the Justice Department, Mr. Trump's Pressure on the Vice President, and Mr. Trump's Supporters Attack the Capitol. The through line in the report is, quote, when it became clear that Mr. Trump had lost the election and that lawful means of challenging the election results had failed, he resorted to a series of criminal efforts to retain power. The other element that seems to run through the report is, quote, the admissible evidence was sufficient to obtain and sustain a conviction. In addition to the report, which we may dive deeper into as time goes on, there was also a letter from Smith in which he discusses Trump's accusations against him and the office. Quote, as set forth in my report, after conducting thorough investigations, I found that, with respect to both Mr. Trump's unprecedented efforts to unlawfully retain power after losing the 2020 election and his unlawful retention of classified documents after leaving office, the principles compelled prosecution. Indeed, Mr. Trump's case represented ones in which the offense was the most flagrant, the public harm the greatest, and the proof the most certain. That last line is a quote from Supreme Court Justice Robert H. Jackson's speech on federal prosecutors. In what seems to be an effort to shield his team from retaliation, Smith includes a part that says, quote, I want to be clear that the ultimate decisions to bring charges against Mr. Trump was mine. It is a decision I stand behind fully. He also seemed to go out of his way to make it clear that his team operated freely and without political interference, saying, quote, nobody within the Department of Justice ever sought to interfere with or improperly influence my prosecutorial decision-making. He then added that, quote, the claim from Mr. Trump that my decisions as a prosecutor were influenced or directed by the Biden administration or other political actors is, in a word, laughable. In the end, the overall tone of the report suggests that Trump was not exonerated by the dismissal and that Smith believes he would have been convicted at trial. He indicates the only reason the cases were dropped is because of department policy, saying, quote, the department's view that the Constitution prohibits the continued indictment and prosecution of a president is categorical and does not turn on the gravity of the crimes charged, the strength of the government's proof, or the merits of the prosecution. This will be a historic document. Again, we'll have a link down below if you want to read it for yourself. Anyway, it's just a thought. Y'all have a good day.